Good morning. Let's have a look at yesterday's matches and then we'll take you through match by match researching in the actual video. So that'll be interesting. Let's have a look at yesterday. Well, a nice Brucey bonus to start with Monza's beating of Avellino. Really enjoyed that one. All goals coming in the second half. So Avellino taking the lead early. Notably, it's at this stage of the season where you're going to get these kind of matches where 3 points makes the difference. Let's see if you can see why Monza could have done with those 3 points yesterday, and why, when Avellino led early, it was a good opportunity. 1, they're already odds-on favourite. 2, take 3 points away from that, and you're down here. Add 3 points, and you're in the automatic promotion spots, which is huge carrot, absolutely massive. That's what I banked on yesterday, and thankfully, they did deliver. Not sure I've recorded any of the others from yesterday, but let's take a look through. It was a quietish afternoon. Let's see if there were 1 or 2 that came through. I'm still having trouble with the time difference. Unison Gilwire should have arguably been a play from a couple of perspectives. I think La Louvière opened the scoring too quick with the equaliser, which was the problem there. And a lay the draw second half, if you fancied that one. The usual suspects delivering: Sparta Prague and Poulsen in the Czech Republic. Danish Super League just getting back on its feet, so more of a watching brief than anything else. Usual suspects: Midtjylland and Copenhagen, too tough to call. A bit like the Man United, Man City, Liverpool match. It was a derby-style affair. Premier League, very little to interest, bar the possibility of taking on a late Crystal Palace lead. Had you done so with insurance, particularly as Brighton a 75th minute plus type of team, then you would have got out with a break even. Liverpool and Man City, arguably an opportunity missed with the Liverpool opening goal, and particularly that late 1-1. And he's got his power tools out. Good for you, mate, on a Monday. Got his power tools out for us all. No, he's finished. Good boy. Oh, he's out. He's back. Don't know if you can hear him, Mr. Power Tools man. Man City, you could have arguably taken that 1-1 on late on, given the fact that Liverpool keep conceding. Swansea and Sheffield Wednesday, as per expectation. Always, isn't it? These Sheffield Wednesday side consistently not favoured by anybody. Consistently get done. Nice and Monaco would have arguably not taken on that draw, given it's a Côte d'Azur derby. Le Havre took advantage of the red card for Strasbourg, an important 3 points they weren't expected to get. And Paris Saint-Germain, absolutely dominant yesterday. FC Köln and Leipzig. Leipzig managing a winner, but they're getting a bit restricted goals-wise, aren't they now, by the strugglers? Have to cross the line with the late second goal. And the market getting it right again with the Hoff, didn't they? 1.2 is exactly bang on the button. 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. Irish Premier Division, watching brief again there yesterday. Bologna and Parma. Well, as soon as the Bologna red card arrived, the interest in the match waned considerably. Parma, difficult side to trust at 0-0 against 10, whether they would score, but indeed they did. Could be a season definer for them, but Bologna would, I think, have been banker material had this been 11v11 for the whole of the match. Inter Milan, far too solid, and a very unexpected over 2.5 goal match for Lazio away from home. Tends to be unders. Now, was there any opportunity here? Because certainly with any Lazio opening goal, you'd have been taking them on, I hope. A little bit too late for me, I'm afraid. You had 7 hours to that, and I'm away with the fairies, which is a pity because I'd like to be able to profit from occasions like this. So Pedro opening the scoring. And we had one of those opportunities here then to, like we did with Northampton, with Cambridge United, top up at the 0-2. Why? It's so early into the second half, and their away record is awful, and they tend towards under 2.5 goals, which means, are they really going to score a third? Off we go. McKennie only took 12 minutes, and Kalulu with a 96-minute equaliser. So that would have ended up, I think, a very decent play yesterday against Lazio. The problem there with the over 2.5 goal pattern, under 2.5 goal pattern for Lazio, could have kept them at the 0-2. But a great entry point so early as well in the second half. You still have plenty of ammunition there. And there's the Monza goal. Watch out for that, the standings in the future. Pay them some mind, which we'll be doing today as well in our research. We've got to look at the standings. Yesterday's Eredivisie arguably could have laid the draw here, Groningen and PSV, but a derby-style match, that one. Go Ahead Eagles and Telstar did get the goal, Go Ahead Eagles. If you did lay the draw there, they did score first. That was your out. Don't forget, laying the draw doesn't mean you're looking for the match not to end a draw. You're looking for the draw to end with the right team scoring so you can have a good odds movement. That's all you're after as a trader. So we did get that with Go Ahead Eagles. Side worth following. They will be disappointed not to get 3 points yesterday. In La Liga, well, Atletico Bilbao taking advantage of the 10 men. This was a match they've been winning against bottom 6, bottom 7 at home. In awful form coming into this, but priced to be a redemption match. Atletico Madrid and Betis. Did I lose any money? No, I didn't. An insurance play for members yesterday. A side very, very rarely losing at home. They're going through a bit of a sticky patch now, Atletico Madrid. Probably cost them the title. Real Madrid, no problem with them yesterday. Easy enough winners. That was about it yesterday. Let's have a look onto today's trading angles. So a quick walk through. Champions League can be an interesting affair, particularly Qatari and Saudi Arabian sides playing at home who go a goal down. So we might want to look out for Al Dulal. Superliga, probable over 2.5 goal banker there, Vejla and Fredericia. Tends to be the go-to there. Not going to be researching that. Sheffield United and Middlesbrough. Do note the pre-match odds. So we'll have a look at this particular match and we'll research it fresh. So head on over to soccerstats.com and I'll show you what I look for, particularly at this stage of the season. You don't have to do in-depth research, just to get a main kind of a handle in. So this will be the research I'll be doing for members. We'll start with Sheffield United and Middlesbrough. The immediate thing you take note of is the pre-match odds. They'll give you an indication of whether it's good for trading or not. Well, 2.2 the favourite is inconclusive for me. So your view stats and matches for both teams. Want to have a quick look, and you can see Sheffield Wednesday at home. If you go straight down to this table here, 4 consecutive home wins, unbeaten in 8 at home. So yes, good. 4 consecutive home wins, unbeaten 8 at home. Next thing we need to do is give that a context. How do they get on against the top sides? Well, they have beaten third, but only 1 win against the top 9 home and away. And they play second today. So that's important. Context. Only 1 win, home and away, be the top 9. So that's important. That's the only real ammunition I'll need to get a handle on the Blades. Looking at Middlesbrough, suddenly foot on the gas, 5 consecutive wins. That's the important set of info. Not season long, but ultra recently, because they went through that scoreless patch Conceded last 9 away though. So might need, you can see that there, they might need that second goal for the win. And they're playing 16th, only the one loss home and away against 12th and lower. It's pretty solid. So only one loss home and away, be 12th and lower. So we've got a fair handle into this. Both teams coming into this with winning form. That's to be noted. But the Blades keep failing to beat the top 9, and Borough keep remaining unbeaten, be 12th and lower. So I'm effectively saying that season long you're with Middlesbrough here. You've got to favour, you've got to note the market and the fact that both teams are in good recent form. Atalanta and Cremonese, we've already got a solid bias, haven't we, towards Atalanta here. So is that backed up with the in-play stats or with the pre-match stats? So few matches to research today, it's well worth doing it with you. This is something you can do yourself. It's far better to research manually than get AI to do it, because you can just see with your own eye. Only 2 defeats since the 30th of November. Only 2 defeats since the 30th of November. So that's important. Tend to do all of their winning in this little band here currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clean sheets in 6 matches. That's notable as well. 5 clean sheets in 6. So I'll make note of both of those. And we'll have a look at where these two are in the table. The motivating factors, European places for Atalanta, and Cremonese stay above the relegation zone. And, well, 5 out of 5 wins against 12th to 18th at home. 5 wins at home, the 12th to 18th. And that infers that Cremonese are in that group there. So you can see they're in a strong position, Atalanta, today, particularly keeping clean sheets as well, which means if they could just score a goal, they're in good standing. Cremonese are having a bit of bother. 3 consecutive away defeats, no win in 9. No win in 9 for Jamie Vardy's boys. So those are important to note. Conceding as well. And once we look at the pattern, you can see playing at 7th today, only the 1 win home and away against the top 10. Only 1 win home and away, be the top 10. Score draw looks best case. So for me, I think the important element are the Atalanta clean sheets. Solid foundation to work off for your team who they would expect to beat, as they have done, all 12th to 18th at home this season. So it just tells you they're playing the right type of team, aren't they, Atalanta today? The kind of team they're expected to beat. Next one, Roma and Cagliari. Already we've got a pre-match bias which looks about spot on. This Roma side this season, if they do lose, they lose 1-0, and that can be covered with insurance. So they are a very flexible trading side, Roma, this season. They're up against the Cagliari, who are moving up the table. They'll be absolutely delighted. Put some breathing distance between themselves and the relegation zone. So you can see Roma, very rarely do they draw. That's the first thing to note. very rare draws. Unbeaten 4 at home. So very rare draw. Unbeaten 4 at home. So we can lay the late draw at the off now, can't we? That's a good angle in. 6 consecutive under 2.5 goal matches starting to creep in. And you see the general pattern against 6 and lower. 1, 2, 3, 1-0 scorelines. Part of a run of 5 1-0 scorelines at home. But 100% wins bar 1. All wins bar 1 v 6th and lower. Bar 1 v 6th and lower. And never conceded that second goal. That's important if Cagliari score first, isn't it? That'll give us an expectation that Cagliari won't be scoring the second goal, and we can have ourselves a tradable outcome. Cagliari's recent form, pretty decent. They'll be delighted with this, particularly beating Juventus, quite a big name at home. So, yeah, putting together a good run. 3 consecutive wins, but I've conceded in the last 6 away. So coming into this in good form, but conceded in the last 6 away. So they do concede away from home. But how do these two sides fare up against each other? Well, against the top 9, yet to beat a top 9 side away from home. Yet to beat top 9 away. So for me, a good opportunity for Roma. If they can score to record a narrow win. Tend to stop opponents scoring that second goal. So that gives us a trading angle in, doesn't it? If Cagliari score first, they look gettable. Villarreal and Espanyol, we've got an odds-on home favourite. So why are the Yellow Submarine odds on? So at Soccer Stats, we go to ES for Spain. Work our way down. Give this a click. Ignore all of this nonsense and solve the problem. Right, got to the match. This will be the last one I'm researching today. You can see Villarreal starting to hit a bit of a sticky patch. 2 defeats and a draw in the last 3. So that's notable. They're not as reliable as they have been, but 2 losses in 3 at home against the big boys. So it seems they only lose at home to the big guns. And that's quite clear, isn't it? Only 2 home defeats against the top 2. So that's pretty strong. And they play 6th today, who are having a good season. But they do have the risk against the top 5 of conceding at least 2 goals. So that's a slight concern there. Espanyol hitting a bit of a rough patch themselves as well. 4 defeats in 5. So rather than those previous matches where the form sides meeting each other, these two have gone off the boil a little bit. Looking at where they are in the league, no real strong patterns for me there. So it's a tricky one, but only the top 2 have beaten Villarreal at home. That is the angle. So that's an in-depth look at today's research. Well, I do that daily for members at FootballTradingProfits.com. Quiet day today, probably a day off for me as well. Beautiful day out. Have a great day. I'll be catching up with the bet and goes this week. Hopefully get you some more results, updates on those. I might see you this evening if I'm up and about. It's a decent enough coupon, although limited. It's readable. Good luck with your trading. Hope to see you again tomorrow.